All right, welcome back to Wilkins Workshop. Here we go. We're going to go back a little bit. We got to modify our parametric Lego file because we've made some changes when we did the 1x4 that we've got to adjust on our parametric Lego. So let's kind of do that as we go. The first thing that we want to do is we forgot to put the face offset around the end of it. So we'll do that. I guess we could do that now, where we do the offset face, and we want to offset around here so we don't forget, and that's going to be negative curve. And then I'm going to start making some 2x pieces now. So 2x3, 2x4, 2x6, 2x2. Those are all the ones that I need to make. So I'm going to start with the 2x2. So I'm going to go into my parameters, and I'm going to make my length of 2 this time. And sometimes it does this where it, kind of gives you errors or warnings because you now no longer have some of the parts and pieces. I'm actually going to undo that. I'm going to save this, and then I need to do a file save as. So I'm not modifying the parametric Lego part. I'm actually making a new plate that is a 2x2. And then let's build out this plate. So now we're at plate 2x2 when we do this. I could probably minimize some of these. And here we go. Go into your parameters. I'm going to come down here to the length, change that to 2. That's the number of studs we want this way. And again, we just double click on it and just say OK. And it removes the warning. We double click on it and we make sure that this face over here is also selected. So I don't know what it did there, but we're just going to hold down Control and then select this as our fourth face and then release and then hit OK. And now we have basically the workings of our 2x2 minus the underside. We can also go into inspect with an eye, and we can then click on and make sure that these numbers match what our originals were. I'm going to go back to the Lego master file, so that way I don't have to keep opening up a new sketch. But there it is. 1.882 should be our measurement for the outside dimension of this part. Again, we can check this side length as well. Same. Now we're ready to get to the underside. So we're going to create a sketch on the bottom. We're going to project geometry. So again, hotkey P, click on the whole front side, and that then makes all those circles appear from the studs on top. We're going to click and turn them into construction lines. And now we can do a rectangle. Again, we want to do a construction line. So again, X toggles that. So before you click, if you click X, it'll toggle that to a construction line setup. We're going to make these tangent to these lines. I'm going to delete this inner one. Why that got projected there, but we just got rid of it. So what happened is it almost like I projected the top chamfer part is what happened. I don't know what I clicked on to do that, but it showed up. We're going to do a line across the middle so we can get a midpoint. Then we're going to do a circle on that midpoint that's tangent to this. So you can see that that turned black, so that's fully constrained. And then we're going to make another circle, and this is going to be the stud diameter. Again, these are all construction lines, and now we're ready to make our actual regular line. So if you notice, I toggle X, and then you can do an offset. So hit O, and I'm going to offset this by curve times 5/4. And then I'm going to offset this one by curve, I believe. And again, I'm just going to recheck that. Not 100%. Memorizing all these, it just takes time. But if you don't remember, the nice thing is you just go back to your Lego master file and you take a look. You're like, okay, how did I get that value? Well, this was curve times 5/4, and this is curve times 3/4. So we're going to make that change. So it's okay. We thought it was kerf. It's actually kerf times 3/4 of kerf. And there we have it. There is our particular part. We can finish the sketch now, do an extrusion of, oh, we forgot to do the offset of that. That helps. So again, we make mistakes. It's part of learning, part of growing. We're going to move that in by kerf this time, based on the last ones that we did. So again, when we print this 2x2, if it's too tight, then we'll make that adjustment. But our 1x2, we needed to adjust that by kerf, based on my printer. So we're going to try that again and see if that makes it a little bit tighter for these and see if that works out. So now we can do an extrusion of this and this, and this is going to be a negative hole depth. And it places up into there. Put our chamfers on. Chamfer there, chamfer there. These 4 edges here. It's going to be kerf times 2. There we have our 2x2 plate. Now we can check dimensions just like we did before. You can inspect, okay, what's the dimension of this ring? It should be 0.77. So that's right there. This one should be 0.582. So when I do an inspection of inner circle, here's your 0.582. Now, these are going to be different. When I inspect this, see this, I get 1.513. And notice that on the master file, that value is, oh, it is 1.513 because we changed the kerf on this to match. So we did that offset as kerf. So it does match what our master file has, because we made that adjustment. But again, if we need to, with the 2x2 plate, we'll print it, we'll test it, we'll see what we get. But there we go. There's our 2x2 plate. Let's make some more. So we'll do a file, save as. We're going to call this 2x3. So we go back to our rectangle pattern. Actually, we don't have to go back to our rectangle pattern. We go to our parameter, and we change the length to 3. Again, it added those 2 pieces. We want those all to be joined together. So go back to your join combine tool, hold down Control, and select these 2 additional ones. So now we have 4 total tool bodies. Then you can release Control and then hit OK. Why didn't it do that? Let's try that again. I'm just going to delete all of them, and then I'm just going to select all of those and say OK. There we go. Again, has an issue with our face offset. Hold down Control, select this one, say OK. And then now let's look at our underside drawing. So we're just going to make a couple modifications here. So this one doesn't like something that's going on with the project geometry on this for some reason. But that's okay. We'll make adjustments here as we go. Oh, you know what? I wonder if flip my part a little bit. That's okay. It went out this way, so we're going to take away this geometry, and we're going to move this line back here, and then we're just going to retangent all of our lines, which is no problem. So I'm going to make this a construction line, make these construction lines, and then I'm going to tangent the construction line to there, construction line to there. That one's good. And the construction line to here. So you can see that the offset comes into that to squeeze onto there. And then this should be tangent to one of those. don't know where this is not constrained. I'm trying to figure out. Oh. This, for some reason, is not constrained in there. So there it is. And now we have our constraint. Now what we can do is we can rectangle pattern this, you know, the two main circles, and we can go this way as we build this out. So I'm going to go to create, go to rectangle pattern. I want to rectangle pattern this circle and this circle. And the direction I want to go is this way and this way. And when I go out here, this is going to be Lego base. And then the distance is going to be length minus 1. You can see we go one less than the length. And then this one here is going to be width. And you can then put, so this is going to be width minus 1. And this is going to be Lego base. So now you can see, if we just did width, it would give us 2 of them. So you can see we've got 2 there. We don't want that. We want width minus 1. And then we're going to say OK. Finish that sketch. Go back to your extrusion. Select that so it doesn't extrude that guy. And then we can go back into our chamfer and select these 2 edges. Again, I'm holding down Control so that I can see which edges were selected. I can select new ones and then I can release, and now all of those are selected. I have my face offset. That all looks good. Underside looks good. Again, you can do your inspection. You can click. That looks good. We can do our inspect of this side. So this is 2.458. So this one you're going to see is a little bit different than what we have here. So see this? This is 2.462 because we did our offset on this one as kerf over 2. But if I take that down to kerf, you'll see that that number changes to 2.458. So we're gonna try kerf on these. And again, if I have to make adjustments, I'm going to make adjustments once I 3D print. But I'm going to 3D print quite a few of these new parts now. You can keep going. I'm going to keep putting videos together for the 2x4, 2x6. We might need a 2x, yeah, we need a 2x8 in this kit. So we need a 2x2, a 2x3, 2x4, and 2x8. So we're going to build those parts as well in the next video. Hope this made sense. Again, stop watching, start making, go build something. Have a great day.